What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic Friday. It's a beautiful effing day out there. And we got a little bit of Eagles news for you. That's right. The excitement is in the air, and this is what I'm talking about. This is when I truly love being an Eagles fan. People excited about jersey numbers, rookie minicamp. Quite a change from last year. And for anybody jumping aboard now, welcome aboard. We're ready to rock and roll. To all of you diehards out there who have been itching for a little bit of Eagles football, welcome. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, rookie minicamp. These guys are trying out. You've got some of the rookies there just trying to do their thing, knock some of that rust off, get into game shape. Well, practice shape first and foremost. But look, a lot of excitement to be had, and rightfully so. You guys know I've been saying the Eagles are building a dynasty. I know a lot of people are afraid to say that, but I think they'll be jumping on board here soon enough. I think, looking at the cap space we had, the draft picks we had, it was all very clear what the Eagles were going to do, and that was build a contender. And the way you do that is from the top to the bottom. So it's not just your first round draft pick. It's that last draft pick. It's your seventh round guy. Well, six. It is your undrafted kids. It's all of the above, ladies and gentlemen. So, we got to hear a little bit from Nick Sirianni. He said, look, today, this weekend, a lot of these guys are trying out. The rest just trying to knock some rust off. So they're just really taking a look at these guys, watching them move. The offense did some 7-on-7s today. The defense did not. But Sean Desai, probably just trying to get to know some of his guys, implement what he's going to be doing, not only throughout this weekend, but the entire offseason. So got to hear from Nick. He was in high spirits. The media was doing their best to try to drag Jalen Carter down, try to paint another picture that we need to trade another Jalen this year, wishing on his downfall. Well, Eagles fans, don't worry, because just like last year when they said Jalen Hurts couldn't develop, when I went to that closed practice and was able to watch it myself, you saw me change the narrative. You saw everyone become Jalen Hurts fans. And look, I'm going to do it again. They can happily bash this kid every chance they get, try to put him down, try to make Sirianni and Howie say bad things about him, but they're excited about the kid. And I really feel bad for these guys because I'm not sure what kind of content they're going to come up with after week one when this kid steals someone's soul. So, best of luck to them out there, but they're already hurting deep. They know this is going to be a great season for the Eagles, and I don't blame them, man. I would be upset, too, if I were an Eagles hater. So, love to see it. You love to see it. And, yes, we talked about that the other day. Mariota was the only number we really knew for a while. Appreciate you tuning in, my man. Let me show you those bad boys here in a second, but appreciate you taking the time. Called it before everyone. Michael Irvin called what? Cocaine on the house? Hey, let's talk about it. We're hell on earth. Yeah, man. This team is going to be just as dominant as I said a couple of months ago, but I think even more dominant. I think Jalen Hurts is going to continue to develop. All the people that said trade him, I know it never happened. Nobody ever said a bad word about him. I'm not trying to upset anyone, but he used that stuff that never actually happened. And he used those things that were never, ever said about him. And, dude, he's mentioned all those things that were never said about him all the time. And he says, look, I don't care. It's one of those things where it's like, lion do not concern themselves with the opinion of the sheep. And that is exactly what the next Jalen has to do here. So all about it, my man. Let them keep talking their trash. So, no, Sipos is still on the team. So let's take a gander at these jersey numbers. I know that's what you're waiting for. So first up, let's take a look at the draft picks and the undrafted free agents. So here are your rookies that have been signed to the roster or drafted and will be signed. But you can see here, Nolan Smith in 3. Oh, yeah. And then I threw Jalen Carter in one of the pictures too, then so you can take a quick little look at him. But, for me, obviously, I'm ecstatic about, the players. I know the numbers for me, not that big of a deal. I know a lot of people will get worked up about that stuff. But for me, again, not really a big deal. So it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. If I lag out here for a second, I apologize. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm not sure why it's. See, I tried to add this picture that I made, and it didn't have it in here. So, of course, as soon as I go to do that, I knew it was going to do something. So I apologize. I'm sorry if that just made you go deaf a little bit. That was quite annoying to me as well. Trying to add this in here, and it is just not doing it. Now, let's keep this thing rolling. Jalen Carter, number 98. I think, look, that's a good number. Not one that I'm upset about. I can hear myself echoing, and that's driving me insane here. So, look, boom, done. All right. So you see here, guys like Kaylee Ringo, Sydney Brown, 37-43. I know people are upset about that. Look, if the other guys that are wearing 20s don't make the squad, which a lot of them probably won't, I'm sure they'll take whatever number they want. These are the numbers they've got for now, so it is what it is. I don't hate on Sydney Brown with 43. Ringo at 37, that is kind of weird, but hey, it is what it is. I'm not, that weirded out by it. Ty Zentner, the punter, wearing 49. That's an intriguing one. And you know that now the punters can wear from like 40 to 50 and then like 80 to 99 or whatever. So you can give them whatever the hell number you want. Taking away those single digits only for them, and obviously in the tens as well. But you can see here, look, those are the numbers, and they can change. And if they do change as we get people, I will happily keep you up to date with that stuff. But speaking of, before I give you these other numbers, number 49, you guys know how excited I was when we talked about these undrafted free agents. If you missed it, go check out that show. But Ty Zentner, baby, I'm praying to God that he beats out Aaron Sipos. You guys know I've been begging for almost 2 years now to bring in an effing punter for some competition here. Brett Kern ain't it, man. So Ty Zentner, the one they call Legatron, all about it. So I got a little clip thanks to Josh Tolentino there. So I'm going to show you that clip real quick. Legatron. 47.5 second there hang time. I think this, or 47.5 yards. I think that for me, you're looking at a guy that is clearly got a leg on him. They call him Legatron. Now it's just one punt, so I'm not trying to get overhyped here. But the fact that they call him Legatron and he's got a boot like that, that makes me feel pretty damn good about it. So that's what time of the season we're in. We're getting pumped about jersey numbers, punters. Let's go. That's how championship teams are built here, ladies and gentlemen. But let's take a gander now at some of the veterans that were either signed, changed their numbers, whatever it may be, just so you know who the numbers are. But you can see DeAndre Swift rocking old Agent Zero here. So no doubt should look pretty cool. Mariota with the 8, Sipos changing to 10, Olamide Zaccheaus and 13. Sermon went from 34 to 22, and then Kennedy Brooks took 34. You got Penny at 23. Terrell Evans was 26. Evans at 30. All right. And then Greedy Williams there at 38. Tristan McCollum 36. Oh, Morrow wearing 41. King with 47. Williams 73. Good Jones 77. And Street 97. So you see all the guys that you'll be looking for this offseason. These are the numbers they will be wearing. If you have not paid attention in the offseason before, if this is your first offseason, players will be wearing the same number, whether they're on offense, defense, special teams. That will happen. You will see people doubled, sometimes tripled up with the same number. That's just normal process that happens every single year. So now that we've looked at the guys that are actually on the roster, let's take a gander at some of the guys that are trying out. So therefore, these guys don't make the squad. Those numbers are clearly up for grabs. Some of them already used. They're just given that number to, try out with. So let's take a gander. And I threw Jalen Carter in there just so you could get a look at him. But the reason I was doing that a couple minutes ago was I was trying to upload a different picture so you could see all of them a little bit bigger. So give me a second and I will show you all these guys obviously edited in these Eagles uniforms. But you can see here, all of the numbers been given out, and a few guys that I had listed here, if you guys are keeping up to date with the rookie minicamp tryout guys, all that stuff, I added the list of all the guys that were not reported on that were going to be here. So Austin Prohl, Chris Steele, Dominique Long, let's see, who else? Johnny Buchanan, Tyjon Garbutt, Gavin Holmes, and Quentin Bell. Quentin Bell actually used to be in the NFL, but all these guys, they were added to the tryouts. So all these dudes are trying to get a spot, and I think there's only 3 available. So best of luck to them. Now, not going to be breaking down any of those guys we didn't mention, just don't have the time for it. And look, this weekend I've got some things planned. So Sunday I will not be able to do anything probably till late that night. Saturday I'm going to do a roster outlook with everybody at each position, their numbers, their heights, all the stuff you need to know about the team. So you don't have to be one of those fans who says, who? And doesn't even know their own team, because we all know how embarrassing that is. So I'm going to do my best to keep you up with that stuff. But the other guys, if they make the squad, I'll break them down. If you're looking for any of the other ones, there's breakdowns on the rookie minicamp guys. There's ones on every single undrafted free agent. So if you're looking for that, go right ahead to the YouTube page and check that out. But those are all the numbers. And again, not much happened at rookie minicamp today other than the fact that we saw Legatron, baby. So all about it. Let's effing go. Love to hear your thoughts. I'm going to get rolling out here in a minute, but let's talk for a second. Building a dynasty? No, he definitely did not. I remember when he copied what I said, and I remember posting my link under it. Oh, it was beautiful, dude. But yeah, they're all going to be repeating it here soon, man. Do you think that we get the second trophy this year? Yes, I do. I'm going to stick to my guns. I think this is a dynasty. I will not change it. You guys can go back to that show from months ago where I talked about how they're going to build a dynasty with the cap space and the draft picks that they have. This is for the future, not just this year. I think this year, we handle business. We make sure that the, Fields crew isn't cheating for the Chiefs, not, creating water world so they take away our pass rush. We got to make sure we pay the refs a little bit more than the Chiefs. So I really think this is the year we know all the things we have to do. We're obviously the best football team. So to me, that trophy is coming where it belongs, and I'm all about it. Happy Friday to you, Liz. A big shout out to you and Drew for getting those questions in. Anybody else who is a channel member, you want to go get those questions in for tonight's show, feel free to do so. If you are a fan that just is tuning in, feel free to tune in, answer those questions, and I will happily get to every single one of the questions you have in the chat. But hope you're having a great Friday. Hope you're all having a great start to your week. 43 is okay. Yeah, it's definitely a weird one. But no, Supposed is still on the roster. But I'm hoping that Zentner beats him out. My man Drew in here. Let's go. You know it, dude. Fun times indeed. Jersey numbers and rookie minicamp tryout recaps. So, oh, yeah, I'm all about it. Love to stay ahead of the game. That's how I'm able to call things like a Super Bowl, a dynasty, Jalen Hurts development before any of those people, because I like to stay up to date with all this stuff. I'd never listened to the radio, so I cannot get behind that kind of stuff. But more power to those who do, man. I'm just going to keep churning out the truth and hope that people can get something from that. And all of you, yeah, I know, Garbut, sure. But all of you that tuned in throughout this pre-draft process, been following me for these last few years, I can't do this without you. So thank you. Thank you for sharing, retweeting. You guys have been awesome. This has been the best year ever. You guys are making sure everybody knows where all this knowledge and information is coming from. People have been taking it for years and years, and you guys are finally seeing where it's coming from. So happy that you guys that are just tuning in, that just found me, cannot thank you enough for taking the time. Those of you who've been kicking it with me, you're awesome. And we are going to change the game one single day at a time. My man, Sean, appreciate you tuning in, dude. Hope you're all having yourselves a great start to your weekend. Hope you're going to be back for Fan Friday, but it's your night. This is your night. You can ask about all the jersey numbers, the rookies, the draft, the roster, whatever the hell is on your mind. So tune in. I'm going to bring my graphics from throughout the week. We'll talk about all of the things that have happened this week, from the draft to the signings to the trades to all the cap news you want to know. I will be discussing every single piece of information. You and all of the media and content creators that are waiting for that information, I will get that out to you tonight. But for those of you who will be tuning in, I'll see you then. If you can't, hopefully you'll tune in and let me know later. But let's take a quick gander at all of these three that the Eagles made these pictures here, these edits, and they get me pretty excited. So love to see it. Nolan Smith in the 3, DeAndre Swift rocking the 0, and Jalen Carter in the 98. You'll love to see it. I really do. And you guys know, I talked extensively about all three of these guys a few weeks ago. Excited that they are actually Philadelphia Eagles now. And like I said, I feel that everyone will be an Eagles fan, and I think it's already started this week. So this is going to be such a better offseason than last. You guys remember, for those of the couple of you that were riding with me with the Hurt stuff and the Howie, you know how tough it was to hear. You got to trade Hurts. You got to fire Howie every single day. You tried to talk about jersey numbers. You think Hurts is good? This guy's one of the worst quarterbacks ever. And it's like, all right, dude, I understand that you don't know football, but I just want to talk about football. So I wish, and the more you guys share this stuff and get those videos out to the people that just make stuff up, the more we can teach them how football actually works. And they don't have to keep relying on misinformation, because that's what happens, man. And then everybody just is making stuff up. And it's like, oh, man, like I can promise you, Hurts did develop. Howie Roseman is not a terrible GM. So that's just a year ago we were dealing with that. So, that was tough. That was real tough. Eagles MVP beside Hurts. Oh, well, there's going to be a lot of them. But I think on the defensive side of the ball, Jalen Carter is going to be the rookie of the year, and I cannot wait to see that. Yeah, I like the single-digit number. I know he wanted to stay there, so all about it. First round's a C+. Yeah, that's Cowboys fans. But you got to understand, these people have never played football in their life. They play a game of Madden, win a Super Bowl, and then they're football experts. And you see it each year. The Eagles are switching defense to a defense they've run for 2 years. The Eagles are, and it's like, so you don't watch football. I had a couple people telling me like, oh, the cab, you don't know how. And it's like, oh, you just walked into the fucking lion's den. Like, oh, please tell me how the cap works. I'll be waiting. And dude, knowledge never, ever works out well for those people, because, when you're just making shit up all the time, it's a bad thing when someone like me shows up, because, well, your shitty narratives get destroyed. I mean, Hurts developed. Howie Roseman is a fantastic GM. We did draft those 5 players in a row that I've said. We've signed the players. I mean, dog, I'm taking the media to the woodshed, and they're going to do their best to tear down Jalen Carter these next few months. I'm going to do my best to get everyone on board and behind that young man. We're going to show him the support. We're not going to do what fans did with Jalen Carter or Jalen Reagor, wishing death upon him every day, hoping he dies like his friend, like all that stuff. Ooh, let's remember they're human beings. If they suck at football, yes, we can want them gone. But just like with the Hurt stuff, when I had to go to games and watch everyone booing, the entire stadium booing him every time, and it's like, dog, they're young men. Let's get behind them, support them. They're Eagles players. That's just how it is. Let's actually support the team that we apparently support and see how that goes. Could you imagine last year if people were on board with the Eagles and were actually fans before we went like 8-1, before we made it to the Super Bowl? I'm just saying, this offseason, much better start than the last couple of years. I love to see the excitement here. So truly happy. Funny, everyone's saying we try to buy a Super Bowl. Yeah, they just don't know how the salary cap works. And, ignorance is not an excuse. It never has been. And I've dealt with unintelligent people my whole life. Entitled dumbasses that think their mom bought them, all this stuff. Only thing is, can't buy one of these. So those people have always had a hard time. And I know that they're offended the last couple of years, but now they're all the biggest Howie and Jalen fans. So am I really an asshole? Or do I just know football? But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I've got for you today. I'll be back tonight for Fan Friday. Hope to see you then. It's going to be a barn burner. So got some great questions from the channel members. The rest of you, come with your questions ready. I will get to as many as I possibly can, and you can help me answer those other questions. But I hope you're having a great day. I don't know why, but this rookie minicamp has me jacked up. I'm ready to go, man. I know we're months away, but I think people are going to start repeating that dynasty talk soon, and the excitement will only get more exciting. Whoa, I had my question about Jalen, but they were answered by week 2. Scary. I was going to be even better. Yeah, he's going to continue developing, and that's one of the things people don't understand. When I kept hearing, players don't get better. That's just not how the NFL works. I wondered, have these people ever played football? So you saw Jalen Hurts, not only did, he develop, but playing at an MVP level and taking his team to a Super Bowl. So it showed you the level of intelligence. You know what I mean? It was like, look, man, that's cool. And we all can have our opinions. And like you, Dank, my man, people could be skeptical of him. That's fine. But people were going to war to talk about how bad this kid was and how terrible he was. I had a kid today tell me no one ever said it. I typed this kid's name in and Jalen Hurts. This kid, trade him. He sucks. And it's like, dog, I understand that you're upset that you were wrong, but I mean, it happened. We all saw it. So I don't know, man, but I'm just glad that everybody's here on board with the Eagles, because one thing about being an Eagles fan, I know we got this new influx when we won the Super Bowl, but my whole life, the diehards, you guys know, we don't turn our back like these new fans. Just because we lose a game, it's not, oh, I'm cheering for the Chiefs now. I'm moving to Arkansas. I'm a fan. And it's like, dog, we bleed green, win, lose, or tie. It's bleed green until I die. And that's literally, you guys saw me on my deathbed. That's how it goes, man. So I didn't get it last couple of years. I hate the Eagles, fire everyone. It's like, we'll be in the Super Bowl next year. Boom, we go to the Super Bowl and everyone's, well, I never did. Blitz every play. And it's like, okay. But I love it. Kavai, my man. Yo, dude, I'm just heading out. But tune in tonight, Fan Friday. For those of you, again, that are members, get those questions in ASAP. I will create the graphics. We'll answer them tonight. To those of you just tuning in, get those questions ready, your comments, topics, whatever you want to talk about tonight. Hope to see you then. I believe it's going to be at 7 o'clock. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, but I hope you had a great day at work, my man. Appreciate you tuning in. We just went over the jersey numbers, talked a little bit about some stuff, but check it out, my man. And if you do, let me know your thoughts. T.O. signing, man, no doubt, my man. I was born into this. My grandpa, my father, my brother, they're all insane. And the fact that they say I'm the most crazy one, that should just tell you. But I always tell them, like, who do you guys think created this person? You think I just came from nowhere out of the womb? I mean, I came out swinging with green blood, but dude, so I owe them everything, and I truly love them all. But look, this passion's never going anywhere. I had someone tell me yesterday, like, you can't get it. I'm like, shut up, dude. Like, look, I know you're a new Eagles fan, but those of us who love the Eagles, yes, it's just a game to you because you don't understand it. That's fine. To us, this is family. We love the Philadelphia Eagles. If that offends anyone, go back to being a Cowboys fan because this is not the team for you, man. We truly bleed effing green. But ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a fantastic rest of your night. I hope to see you for the show later tonight. I'm a fan of the numbers myself, but have yourselves a great night. Until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. Stay safe out there. Enjoy your weekend. And as always, go Birds!